Welcome back to another episode of Fiction Kitchen, where we show you how to create food from movies, television, books, and video games. For this month's episode, we were inspired by the movie Coco, which was produced by Pixar, and its celebration of Dia de los Muertos. In honor of this, we will be learning how to create churros and dulce de leche dip. Take some time to gather your supplies and measure them out. You will need 2.5 cups of flour. We're using gluten-free flour in this video. You will also need 2 cups of water, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon divided, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 16 tablespoons or 2 sticks of butter, and 6 eggs. For the dulce de leche dip, all you will need is 1 can of sweetened condensed milk with the label peeled off. Some additional kitchen supplies you will need are a large baking dish for your cinnamon sugar mix, a metal strainer for your oil, and a piping bag with a large star tip. Take a medium saucepan and fill it with water, and on medium to high heat, bring that water to a boil. Once the water comes to a boil, you'll want to take the can of condensed milk and carefully submerge it into the water. Then, cover it with a lid and bring the temperature down to low. The condensed milk will cook for about 3 hours. After those 3 hours, carefully take the condensed milk out of the water and set it aside to cool and the water to drain. It will be very hot to touch. To make our cinnamon sugar mixture, take the large baking dish and combine your sugar and half of the cinnamon you set aside. Mix it really well with a fork and shake it up to make sure it's evenly distributed. To make our churro dough, we're going to be making a hot dough, which means we're going to be using our stovetop. Have all your ingredients ready to go for this because it's going to go fast. On medium heat, add water to a large pot. Then add all your salt, then your cinnamon, and finally all the butter together, and stir very well until the butter completely melts. To help speed up the butter melting, you can cut them up into smaller sizes and add the butter at room temperature. You want to also make sure that you're stirring continuously. You don't want anything to be stuck to the bottom of the pan. Once your mixture starts coming to a rolling boil, you'll want to turn the temperature down to low. Then, carefully add 1 scoop at a time your flour until all the flour is incorporated into the liquid mixture. It's really important to make sure that your mixture is mixed well. You don't want to have any lumps or clumps of flour. As you add the flour, you also want to make sure that you put in the baking powder as well. Once all the flour is mixed in and everything is combined smoothly, you'll want to remove your pot from the heat. Now, carefully add in eggs to your mixture, 1 egg at a time. I like to pre-crack my eggs into a big container and scoop them out as I need it. This is going to take a lot of arm work, so be prepared to do a lot of stirring. You will know when the dough is well mixed when it starts rolling together into a ball shape and not sticking to the pan as much. Since our dough is ready, let's scoop it out into our piping bag and get ready to fry up some churros. To fry the churros, in a large pan, put some canola or vegetable oil on medium heat. Once it's warmed up, take your piping bag and carefully pipe out horseshoe-shaped churros. The horseshoe shape is more of a traditional style of churro, but you are more than welcome to do one that is just a straight line. As you're piping, be sure to cut off your churro at the end. I'm using some kitchen scissors for this. Let the churros fry for about 2 minutes on each side. I like to use a fork in order to flip my churros so it doesn't leave that many marks on the dough. You will know your churros are done when the outside is crispy and it has a nice golden brown color. Use the oil strainer to scoop out your churros and drain the oil, and then set it aside onto a paper towel to pat the oil off. After doing that, go ahead and immediately put your churro in the cinnamon sugar mix and cover both sides very well with cinnamon sugar. Once you finish with your churros, it's time to enjoy your treat. Carefully open up your tin can and your Dulce de Leche dip should be ready. Scoop it out enough for you and for everyone else to enjoy. The crunchy churro with its delicious cinnamon sugar topping pairs really well with the caramel smooth texture of the Dulce de Leche dip. This is an amazing treat to share with others. But if you're just cooking for yourself, you can always just split the recipe in half and make your own serving. Thank you for watching this month's episode of Fiction Kitchen. We'll see you next month for another tasty treat.